Welcome to Vibes and Side Eyes, where the tea is hot and the takes are hotter.
Hey, it's your girl Maria J.
And I'm Taylor Made. Welcome to the podcast where we discuss real life, pop culture, and everything in between.
We're bringing you the good vibes.
And the side eyes. What's up, you guys?
Hey, y'all. Welcome back on in, y'all.
Welcome back to the pod.
I hope y'all have been enjoying the episodes thus far. If you are not caught up, or make sure you go ahead and head on over to YouTube, look up Vibes and Side Eyes podcast. You should be subscribed by now, though. And go ahead and catch up on those episodes because the latest one that we dropped is one that you have to go check out.
Absolutely. It was so good. And we really took a real deep dive into the story or the drama of Renee, Tim, and Devon and Akira.
Yes, all of that luscious tea, that drama, y'all. Because that one right there, you definitely will need some popcorn, something to drink, and get you like some socks and a robe or something. You're gonna be there for a little while.
Exactly. Well, all right, Maria J. I think it's time for a vibe check.
Let's go ahead and get into it. So this week's vibe check is a pretty good. I feel like the time has been going by so quick. I can't believe we're already about to be in March this coming up week. But hey, I mean, time is flying. Also, it looks like we did talk to you guys about elections too. So we're still looking out for that. So that is going pretty good. Don't forget to vote because March 3rd is going to be the official voting day. So make sure that you have like your polls and all of that stuff worked out. But yeah, as far as like personally for the vibe check, I'm doing pretty good, feeling good. Today was wash day, as you guys can tell. So just letting my hair air dry on the episode.
Queen.
How about you, ma'am?
Well, I love that vibe check. So yeah, like you just said, voting. This episode will go out after that's all said and done. We hope for great results. But as we're discussing today, this morning, our president basically declared war low key. So there's a lot going on, you guys. Please, I hope you voted. I hope you voted. I hope you voted. But anyways, other than all of that, things are going really well. I really enjoyed last week's podcast that actually came up or was posted today. So like Maria J said, go watch it now. There should be no reason why you're not subscribed to us on here, on YouTube, or Spotify. But otherwise, I'm doing very well. So I think we should get to popcorn and opinion.
Whew, let's go ahead and get into it. So I hope you don't mind for this week. I actually have two different popcorn and opinions, but we're going to tackle them pretty quick though.
Okay.
So the first one, I'm sure all of y'all heard about what happened at the BAFTA Awards with Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
We had a gentleman out in the crowd that was, labeled to have Tourette syndrome, and he called out a racial slur. My mind, first of all, like if you have that kind of disability and hey, you can't help it, that's something that you have, so that's okay. But if the first thing that comes to your mind is a racial slur, I just feel like that's way out of place, and I do not feel like that situation was handled like it could have been. What are your thoughts?
Yes, I agree 100%. I think there's so many layers to this. Obviously, no one can help their disability. Obviously, Tourette's is very involuntary, things like that. And they are known, a lot of people with different type of Tourette. Usually it's like just really bad language, things like that, profanity. I have maybe heard some profanity that would be like considered an insult of someone, but I've never heard the racial slur part of it. So that was really concerning. I'll let you talk about the other level to it because this was not filmed live. This was actually recorded, pre-recorded.
Yes, and so there was plenty of opportunities for it to get caught and for them to go ahead and delete that out, but instead they went ahead and let it air. And there was a statement put online that the name of the company slips me right now, but they even pleaded with BAFTA to go ahead and get that cut out, and they still didn't do it. So I'm like, this is very intentional. And during Black History Month, again, we are hearing these types of things. So, there's no excuse for it. All of the technology that we have in these days and times and things like this are still being allowed.
Yeah, it's unacceptable. Period.
And so y'all let us know your thoughts about how you felt about the BAFTA awards, how you think it should have been handled down in the comment section. And with that being said, since we are talking about some disrespect, that kind of brings us to our next part of the popcorn and opinions. If you didn't have anything else to add.
I had one thing to add, only one thing, or two things, really
Yeah.
quickly. Love to all my Love is Blind watchers and to all of my Bridgerton watchers. How y'all doing out there? We are being fed, honey. It is a good week for us. We got all of the rest of the Bridgerton series out this week, and we have Love is Blind that's coming out every week as well. It's just a good time for us right now. So I know everybody is enjoying their shows if you're into those two shows. But anyways, that's all I have.
Nice. I need to pick back up on Love is Blind, and I have never watched an episode of Bridgerton. So I need to at least watch one show and see how it is. But a lot of people get hooked on it.
Ma'am, please, please. If you gotta come over, and we'll watch Bridgerton together when the kid ain't here or something, because it's like a smut book. So
Sounds like a plan because I need to get started.
yes,
So that brings me to our other popcorn and opinions, y'all. So I was like, what? Because to see Chris Brown again from the other time that we were talking about him and the whole Bad Bunny situation. But this is what I seen on Instagram today. So shout out to someone's page. They go under the handle of Riding Man 5. And so it says, and I quote, wake up, Jeff. And this is specifically to Jeff Bezos. So he says, wake up, Jeff. Chris Brown suddenly announced that he would pull his entire music catalog and official merchandise rights from Amazon, criticizing Jeff Bezos' relationship with the guy up there at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The statement quickly became an ultimatum that silenced both Bezos and the public. You support 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. You support the division of real Americans. I cannot be a part of that. Brown declared in a rare public statement Bezos, unable to react in time, could only be stunned by this uncompromising decision. Then it says immediately um, Trump fired back on Truth Social, calling Chris Brown a controversial pop star, troubled performer, and desperate for headlines. But the chart topping entertainer was undeterred. He responded with 8 short words that silenced Trump, and the internet erupted in thunderous support. Wow, that's a lot.
that's a lot.
And so I'm just kind of like, so my mind went a lot of different ways, and y'all know we see Breezy fans over here, so no hate towards him at all. But I first started thinking he was getting backlash with the whole Bad Bunny situation, and since the Super Bowl, I have not followed it. So I'm kind of like, I wonder if that was to kind of get the heat off of him, or if that's actually something that's taking place. I do need to do some more research, so I have a follow up with y'all for the next episode, but I thought that that was really interesting.
I think it's a little bit of both. I think he maybe feels that way, but also he did get a lot of heat from his own fan base about the Bad Bunny comment, or Super Bowl halftime show comment.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I just, I don't want to see him in headlines for a while unless he's announcing his tour. I don't want to see it for a while. I think he should lay
Yeah.
low. We're now getting back in a good space.
Yes. Cause sir, you are on top right now. Just stay there.
Yes, just
No
stay there.
decreasing in elevation, please. But yes, y'all, that is the popcorn and opinions for this week. So let us know down below if you are familiar with any one of those stories or opinions that we shared on today. And then I think I'm going to hand it over to Taylor May so we can go ahead and get into today's topic.
Yes. So today we are discussing AI. Bum, bum, bum. I'm a little nervous, I'm not gonna lie, about this topic, mainly because I use it every day for work and I've become quite dependent on it, which we'll get into later. But I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna be like thinking twice now when I'm using it.
Yeah, I agree. It's something that is really helping when it comes to, the work field, but something that's also a little bit scary because here we are again putting our trust into computers, and sometimes they do mess up, and sometimes humans mess up. But I feel like with this AI thing, it's kind of getting a little bit out of control, just a tad bit. A funny story, so I'll do a quick little story time. So I actually talked to a person today, and he was like, "Oh, I am so happy that I'm getting a human person on the phone." He was like, "Somebody with actual intelligence." I was like, well, thank you. because because it's really scary how you can actually be on the phone and talk to a machine now, but it sounds exactly like a live person. Like that just blows
Oh,
my mind.
mhm. Yeah, when it comes to phones and stuff, I agree. It is so hard to get to a live person now. When it comes to that, I think it's just all BS because what is this? But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I'll give more opinions later. But yeah, when it comes to the phone thing, I 100% agree on that. That's frustrating.
And speaking of AI, when did you kind of start noticing it to start taking over? Like when did it really dawn on you like, "Oh, this is going to be a thing now?"
Yeah, so about a year and a half ago, one of my coworkers, I kept messing up on some emails here and there, like, maybe like once a week. I feel like I had a typo or just something crazy. And, so I was like, okay, let me just start like putting this into Microsoft Word and making sure all my grammar is good. But like Microsoft Word would not catch it all. And so my coworker and friend, she noticed I was doing that and she's like, "Hey, so there's this thing called ChatGPT and you can use that." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that. I think that's like a little scary. Like I don't know about using AI to help me." Well, she like I think I sent another email that was just messed up. And so I ended up downloading it because I was just so sick of messing up on my email. I have been hooked ever since.
That's how I came into know of AI is like Googling something. And so then it gives you like that Google Gemini option. And I was like, oh, so what is this? And so I clicked on it one time, and then you have all of these different things that pop up just automated. And I was like, oh, okay, so here we go. And I started noticing it a lot on social media platforms too. And I forget something else that I was using just the other day. Now it has some AI situation with it. And I was like, wow, it's just everywhere. Like it literally
Yeah,
is like if you ever watched a commercial or something that has like little mucus germs, it's spreading just like that. It
that
is
made me itch.
everywhere. And another place where I've seen it when it comes to like the workplace is another thing that we were just talking about. We were just talking about Amazon, and they actually have like those picker robots in the warehouse. And I was like, wow. So I feel like that does help out a lot, especially with mass production and stuff like that. But then you also think about it like it eliminates a lot of jobs, it replaces a lot of people.
It's a little scary. I honestly feel like I could personally see my job being replaced by it, to be honest. That's scary.
And with the doctor's offices too, they use like different AI tools now. So when you're inside of the doctor's office, and you might have even, witnessed this yourself going to the doctor, but they'll have like this machine listening to the whole conversation, and it prints out a summary for the doctor. So I'm like, so now I'm going to the doctor kind of skeptical because am I getting what I actually need, or did the machine tell you what to write me? Like, I'm
Exactly.
terrified.
Exactly. I've seen that a couple of
Mm-hmm.
times. Like they're testing it out. Next thing you know, we won't have a doctor. We'll just have a computer turn on and it's like, take your pants off. And it's like, oh, okay. And then you're gonna be busting it wide open for ChatGPT.
I'm telling you now, I'm filing a lawsuit because I don't have time for the game.
Yes, immediately. I'm gonna turn around, cough, and call my lawyer.
And that's just like you do hear about robots in the operating room. Like, I do not want to have to get open heart surgery and a robot is performing this on me. It's bad enough that humans leave tools inside you, but can you imagine? Like,
It's like, congratulations, you got a new heart, but the bad news is it took your lung. Like,
it's making me think about when you go to the arcades and you have like those little crane games where you move the hand over and drop, drop it in.
until they get those right, I won't ever trust them.
We oh my gosh, right? Because you want to pick up it, you be so irritated. Like with all of this AI stuff rolling out, it literally puts me in the mindset of the Jetsons. I know you used to watch them when you was
Ooh,
little. You
yes.
have the flying cars, you have the talking robots. See what else? They had so many different automated things in that cartoon, and I feel like it's just prepping us for these times to come. Like, are y'all related to the Simpsons? Because it seemed like.
And where is Jim Carrey? Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
that's a whole thing. All right, girl, let's get into this history
Mm-hmm.
of artificial intelligence.
So we did kind of talk about how artificial intelligence is taking over jobs. I know I see it in my line of work all the time. I'm talking to doctors' offices. Now they'll say, hey, this is so and so. Your artificial, well, sometimes they say artificial intelligence. They'll say your automated assistant. And so one of them gave me like
Mhm.
a summary at the end, and she was like, well, let me know if this, was a better experience than talking to a human. And I'm like, so I just stayed silent because no, I want you to leave. We do not want to keep artificial intelligence.
You need to leave. Well, that brings me to, okay, so like when did this all start? Back in 1950. Can you believe
Yes.
that?
1950?
1950. In 1950, Alan Turing proposes the Turing test to evaluate machine intelligence. In 1956, the term artificial intelligence is coined at the Dartmouth, Dartmouth. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Dartmouth conference. Between the 1960s and the 1970s, early AI programs focus on. Okay, apparently I can't read. I'm crying.
And this is why no.
tried. I tried so bad. I'm realizing I can't read. This is why AI is gonna cook us. But between the 60s and 70s, early AI programs focused on symbolic reasoning and problem solving. So it looks like it really started taking a turn in the 60s and 70s, which I would have never guessed that.
Right. No, not at all. And I'm sitting here amazed, like, and I know y'all seen my mouth open on half of that clip while she was reading, but that's crazy because it didn't seem like there was that much technology back then. Like they really kept it under wraps. And then I feel like a lot of stuff is just kind of like hidden in plain sight. So it was like, well, and you know what? Also, I don't know if we could correlate this with it, but the start of the answering machine.
You just you I'm sitting up here thinking answering machine. Was that not like the first one I recall? And I didn't think of it as AI, but yeah, totally.
Is like there was the start of it. Because I remember back in the day, like we would use the phones, we didn't have any caller ID. I mean, if
Mm-hmm.
you missed the call, you just missed the call. You have to call the person
Yeah.
back or catch them when they're at home.
Yes.
And then a lot of that stuff just started turning around. This is a whole history lesson, y'all.
Around the 1980s, the rise of expert systems used in business and medicine. Okay, so in corporate world, basically, and in the medical field, that started. That's when AI started in that it was in the 80s. So that I'm still surprised how early this all started. I mean, we weren't even born yet.
They were cooking up machines and we were still in the womb. Not even thought about yet.
Not even thought about.
Still swimming around.
Absolutely.
Mhm. But yeah, the 1980s, that is neat.
Yeah,
And I mean, it has helped in a lot of different ways, though. I mean, I just want to say that it's been totally bad. We love computers, we love technology. I just feel like it just depends on whose hands that it falls in and what the intentions are.
I agree. I agree. I honestly think it wasn't taking a bad turn until the 2010s. And as it says here, breakthroughs in deep learning and neural networks. So this is when deep learning was happening. This is when AI, they're using it to like really collect a lot of information. In the 2020s is the rapid growth of generative AI tools like Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, I feel like it is super helpful. It does help. So, like, if you're a person that's a creative or something, and you have a job where you have to think up different ideas and stuff like that, maybe sometimes it's not clicking into your mind. So you just do a little quick little type and get just a brainstorm idea. So with that as a platform, it's really helpful. But on the other hand, I think about maybe like, well, I'm not gonna use her name, but I think about somebody who's in a field where your knowledge actually has to be there and you're using
Yeah,
AI to like get through your job. And it's just
for
like,
sure. No, I agree. Yeah, in the medical field, I think there are some places where it shouldn't be used so heavily, or let's put it this way, it shouldn't be relied upon. I think that's what you were saying. So it's just like,
right.
yeah, some places I don't really want my doctor using ChatGPT to be fair. Unless you're trying to save my life and you can't figure it out, no one can figure it out, then absolutely.
Right. Yeah, it's like if it's at like a food restaurant, how much guacamole should I put on the side? Cool, go ahead and ask that. But if it has to do with something serious like my health, please, at all costs. Well, and that's what I was gonna say. So because you brought up 2010 with AI. Oh my gosh, I just lost it again. That's ridiculous.
Oh no.
So sorry, but I get so no, and I'm gonna tell you this. Like, we're gonna keep this part in the video because it's a real thing. Like after I had COVID that one time, my memory has not been good, and that has been really irking my nerves. Like I used to
Yeah,
remember everything, but now it's not like that
seriously.
no more.
And I don't know if you feel like
Hmm.
this. Let me know if you remember your thought, but I don't know if you feel like this, but I feel like 2020 was such a pivotal year for so many different things, but especially things like AI and things like, which it confirms it on here, but like there was such a shift in a lot of different things. Like anything before 2020 is, I mean, some things I remember, but like some, it's just very hazy. Everything's very hazy. And
Hmm.
that could just be age, right? But I just feel like 2020 was this weird thing.
No, I totally agree because a lot of stuff people like ask me, "Oh, do you remember such and such and such?" And I'm like, "Actually, I don't. I don't remember it." And it's kind of like people make that joke about, well, remember like in Men in Black when they had like that little eraser tool and then your memory is just gone?
I don't think a lot of people put two things hand in hand. I think a lot of AI was tested on video games. What do you think about that?
Ooh, yeah.
Because if I
Because I
think about
remember
it,
one year they
sorry, go
rolled
ahead.
out. Oh no, I was gonna say I remember one day, well, one year they rolled out on PlayStation, I think it was. It might have been Xbox, but where you could like scan your face and build your own character, and I was like, "Ooh, that's not gonna be so good. That's not gonna age well."
Think about it. The
Hmm.
Wii, a lot of stuff that I saw that I looked at like, oh wow, that's really cool what they're doing there. It was all video games. Like that was, it seemed to be that was the first rollout. Honestly, if you think about it,
Hmm.
that's not
That's
anywhere
very
on my
true.
research, but I'm just pulling that out of my memory. What I do have.
Yeah, because I remember the Wii and having like the controllers, and it matches with your body. And now to see like how that has kind of shifted, I know you probably see like videos online where people are, so say it's my face, but well it's me on the video, but it's somebody else's face. And I'm just like, that's not cool. And the only way you can really identify it as somebody else is by the teeth. But other than that, it looks just like the person that they're trying to portray as. That's so scary. Like you can really trust nothing now.
No, actually, like
Mhm.
even scrolling like on TikTok or Instagram and stuff, like the AI videos, the oh my gosh, I hate it so much. Like the AI videos are out of control. Like, I mean, knock on wood, because like in the past week I haven't seen much, but like in like this year alone, and we're only in, like, we're about to be in March, like this year alone I've seen so many AI videos. It's very concerning, and they don't look cool. Like they look creepy.
Yeah, they do not. And another thing too, so that brings me to thinking about, because it was a post on Instagram and it was about this bird. I'm gonna see if I can find the clip and put it in here. But it was this bird, and they said in the comments that it was like actually a witch that got turned into a bird, and like it's real crazy. But I feel like, and I could be wrong, but I dibble dabble in conspiracy theories as well. And I feel like a lot of things, some of the things that we do see are actually real, but they rolled out AI and got us used to seeing stuff to be like, oh, no, that's fake. That's not really real. But we're actually looking at real things in real time. And that is also scary.
I agree 1,000%. I forgot that you also dabble in some conspiracies. We have to do that on the next episode. I'm so sorry, but I want to wear my little tinfoil hat and we get into everything to the point where we have men in black knocking on our door.
Because it's happening, it's going to happen.
Yes. Mhm.
So the pros of I feel like they can give a lot of insight on different things like business needs. So like work schedules, payroll, staffing, giving information about different business ideas, things like that. Love that for the companies. But yeah, I think it's a really good idea when it comes to using AI for those needs, because some things you may miss as a human being and be like, oh yeah, I never thought about that. So AI can really help in step and give you some extra things to think about.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of the same things. It does improve, I put that it improves efficiency and productivity. It enhances data analysis and decision making. It enables personalized user experiences. So I think it just helps with um, putting what's jumbled in our mind into a concise, like in a concise way, into an organized way, basically, in layman's terms. Like, I feel like that's the pro.
I absolutely agree. I'm one of those people who used to use like bubble maps and have like all these different ideas sprinkling around everywhere. Let me just go ahead and type this in so it can just mesh it together and we can move on. Yeah, and that brings me to the cons of it. I feel like, so I seen this commercial about self-driving 18 wheelers. This is where AI does not need to be. I feel like cars that can drive and do all these different things. I don't need a smart car. I need it to be dumbed down. Let me control it. It does not need to control for me.
Exactly. I mean, I personally believe we should go back to wagons.
With it. Where's my horse? Today.
Got that horse?
Feel like we got away from like they're saying if it's not broken, don't fix it. We fixed a lot of stuff that did not need to be touched, and it just
Exactly.
has gotten out of whack from there. And
Agreed.
that's just like old school cars. Like they used to have the stick shift up by the steering wheel. Like I don't even know where you can get one of those anymore. And I know they do still have them like classic cars, but
Yeah.
so many things like just changed. Like we said, like computers can make errors. We shouldn't put so much trust in computers where we're just eliminating all of these different human eyes. Because just like and I forgot what it was, but there was a movie I was watching, and you know, a computer, or just to say, for instance, when an automated system calls you and it may be asking you some questions and you answer, well, I mean, they don't know the ins and outs to everything that you're saying. So I feel like that's gonna leave a lot of error. I feel like when it comes to something that could have just been taken care of in one phone call or one process, whatever the case may be, it's gonna be a lot of backtracking because a computer can only do so much, and it still takes
For
a
sure.
human to program a computer. Mm-hmm.
And that puts us at risk for privacy and data security issues. If we put all our trust and everything onto computers, I mean, one thing about a computer gonna crash. And I think millennials know that more than anybody. I mean, we used to crash out when the computer crashed. We know how dangerous
Mm-hmm.
that can be. And watch Jurassic Park
Yep.
and see what happened when technology
Mm-hmm.
failed them.
Very true. And I also feel like when it comes to trusting heavily on computer, like everything is ran by computer. I don't know how many times when I used to be with a different internet company, the internet would be down. And so, like, my TV doesn't even work. You know how frustrating that is? I'm at the age now where if it disconnects too many times, I'm turning it off. I don't even want to watch it no more. It has made me
Right. Exactly. I'm going to sleep now because of your actions. Like,
yeah.
I'm going to bed now.
Yeah, I was gonna say I remember how I felt the first time I was in a store line and I was about to check out and the register went down. So it's like, oh, okay, well we have these cards, everything's electronic and no cash on you. Like that really makes you feel like, ooh, kind of in a weird space.
Let me tell you, since you brought up grocery store, girl, I hate, and I mean hate, a self checkout because I feel like they are. I'm not stealing, Maria J. I'm not stealing. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But every time I do a self checkout, I be
Mm-hmm.
like feeling like I have to overly act so they don't think I'm stealing because I never planned on stealing. But I just feel like something's gonna jump into my pocket. Like I don't know why. It's an irrational fear, but I'd be like, ooh, I really like
Mm-hmm.
these bananas and how they scan and how they go in the bag. And ooh, I like these tomatoes and how they scan and they go in the bag. Like I have to overly act so that the camera, don't let the camera be in the front. I'd be like,
Right.
give me the person. Give me little Tommy down the
Yes.
street. I want him packing my stuff.
So that brings up a good point for real. And don't let it be a lag in the system. I'm waiting until it beeps and then I'll move on to my next item because I don't have time for the
Right.
game.
Because, wait, because if you go to Walmart, they be trying to play you. Like sometimes I'll be like the thing will get full, so you gotta move the stuff over. But I'm holding the item I just scanned while I'm pushing the stuff. Put the item in the bag. Put the item in the bag. I'm like, oh my god, hold on. Alert, alert.
Or if you're at Kroger's or something, and they'll be like, unauthorized item in the space. Listen, look, I'm moving it. So just wait. I'm gonna pay.
It's my purse. Oh, purse.
Right. I need to get my wallet out so I can pay for these groceries.
And then the people don't let you have to get help. The people come over there. I be so feeling so weird. Like they be typing in their codes. I'm like, I'm not supposed to know your passwords. I be looking like a crackhead looking at because they're like 228
Yeah.
845. I'm like, am I supposed to? You should tell me to look
Because the
away.
next time I come in here, right?
Like,
If you're on duty, I'm punching your code. Wait for an attendant. I know the code.
be like asking for
Right
attention. I'm like
after my
2288.
tomatoes. Yes.
I need to scan your badge. I got the password in. I need to scan your badge. So that brings us to another big con of AI that is actually being talked about a lot in the news, which is job displacement risk. And that's not even like that could happen. We're at that point now. Cause like we just said, there's way more in most grocery stores, there's way more self-checkouts than there are checkout places, like regular checkouts now.
Yeah, and I think that's even funny. Some stores you go to, like they have all of the lanes. There'll be like one checker on the lane. Turn your light off
Yes.
and go home because
Eric is overwhelmed.
you'll have like
because crazy people like
Absolutely,
me
he is.
is gonna step in the line and Eric gonna look at me like, girl, all them registers is open like for self-checkout. And I'm gonna look at Eric like, no, I want you to touch my greens. I want you to touch my ham and my bacon and my sausage.
Seriously. And it's like, please, as a checker, do not have an attitude because
You trying to save your
because I'm
job.
helping you keep your job. Like you need to be working. Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Exactly. Oh, and then when I first went into a Dollar Tree and seen a self checkout in there, I was like, "Oh, I'm done. I am done."
There's a self-checkout in Dollar Tree.
Yes.
I'm going in tomorrow and I'm stealing.
Yes. Right. Y'all don't need that $1.25. Let me hold that.
Y'all get lazy. I'm taking everything.
Love it. I want it
All
all.
of
Put it
it.
in the bag.
The next podcast you by yourself. Well,
I'm
Taylor,
locked up. They won't let me out. That is ridiculous. And I'm just like, why? And then like, so okay, just because we are kind of like on a rant when it comes to Dollar Tree and these self checkouts. So there's lanes for at least like 2 or 3 checkers, but it's like every time if I go inside of a Dollar Tree and it'll be just like for 1 or 2 items, maybe some batteries or like some wrapping paper or something like that. And I'm just like, how come the line is so long? You literally scan them items and get the line rolling. And no shade to somebody if they are doing grocery shopping out there. I do understand the prices are extremely high, but you self checkout if you're gonna do it.
I'm saying, like, dang.
But y'all, we had to get that out. Like we have rent, we are on the same wavelength. It is so many kinds when it comes to AI, and I feel like that is actually going to be the destruction of the world. I just feel like computers, we're cooked, we're done.
Absolutely. My brain's fried, I can confirm.
Oh, but I feel like man just took it to another level, and I feel like we've gotten too smart for our own good, where we're going to be our own downfall, and that's so sad
Yeah,
because, like we said, technology is really helpful, but it's limits to it, and I feel like we have crossed those boundaries. Like since 2010, it's gone. You're talking about the phones back in like in the early 2000s. So remember how we used to just get like regular bill collector calls, and now you have all of these scam and spam calls. And I promise you, if you have an iPhone, it probably works on Android too. But if you click that report and spam, why y'all calling me again? What did this button do? Is it for decoration?
no, I'm
So annoyed.
convinced that it sends them a text message and says, I want you to go harder.
Yeah. I wish the Lil Wayne song and Kelly Rowland when she was like "Go Harder." I wish that was YouTube approved because I would definitely cue the music because that's exactly what they do.
I'm sick of
And
it.
I'm like, it's the same people leaving a voicemail, and I promise you, I blocked you. So how are you getting through? That's the crazy part.
And now it's like voting season or
Hmm.
election season. And so I'm getting a whole bunch of like election text messages and stuff like that.
Me too. There's this one number that keeps texting me and they keep saying everything about what a candidate is doing. And I'm just like, whose side are you on? Please stop texting me because it's getting
Who did you
annoying.
vote for?
They're going on the
Right.
blacklist later. This is a good episode though. It really breaks down how good technology has been, how it does help in a lot of ways, especially like in medicine and in our everyday life, but also that we need to just kind of pump the brakes a little bit. I feel like if they rolled out a survey and asked a lot of people if they're in favor of AI, I feel like it would be more no's than yeses.
Yeah, I think it would be a little maybe not 50. I don't know. It would be 50/50. Like if it wasn't for work, I really feel like I don't have to have Chat GPT. But because of work, like I feel like that's been the only
Mhm.
tool that has truly helped with grammatical errors and things maybe I need to like brainstorm and putting it all into a collective space. And like I just think it's so beneficial for me personally at work. And so I don't know, I'm 50/50 on it, to be fair. I feel like what you said
Mhm.
earlier, it just needs to be a limit. It should be regulations. And I think that's what a lot of
Mhm.
people are upset about right now, that there's no regulations for it because it's just such a, well, the funny thing is we debunked well, a lot of people say, which this is such a new thing for us. No, it's not. It's been around since the freaking 50s, dude. And we haven't regulated it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary.
That is, this was such a good podcast show and a very educational one because I had no
Yeah.
idea that it's been around since the 50s, and that's super crazy. Y'all that are watching this episode, please let us know down in the comment section. How do you have AI in your everyday life? Has it impacted you at all? Are you in favor of it? Things like that. We would love to hear the feedback. But yeah, was there anything else you wanted to add?
Think so. You guys, we said it earlier in the episode, but if you have not caught up with our episodes, I mean, this is episode what, 4, I think. And you gotta catch up. You gotta catch up because before you know it, we're gonna be on the 50th episode and you'll be like, oh my God, like I'm so late. Yeah, you so late. Go ahead and get on the train now. Join the vibes and the side eyes team here, okay? It's a good time here, guys. We're gonna have a good time.
Yes, for sure. And with that being said, too, whenever you do watch the episode, if you could do us a favor and screenshot it, add it to your socials, and hashtag VASE, VASE, we would love to see it.
Always on these videos, especially on YouTube, you guys, like, comment, and subscribe. It helps push us out to the algorithm. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode.
Oh, and also when it comes to YouTube, if there is a option for you to hype the video up at the bottom, please hit that hype button and that'll help push us out as well. All right, so I guess that is our cue. We're about to go ahead and sign off for the night, but thank y'all so much for watching this episode and hanging out with your favorite podcast host tonight. And we'll catch y'all in the next episode.
Bye.